Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And we're underway from Philadelphia. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He stopped on the return at the 27. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken second in 2024, Jaden Daniels.
Kate, he's had some time to work past their last game, and he needed every second of it. A 4-interception game isn't easy for anybody to move on from, even for the shortest of memories. He's got to get his head right this week. This team needs him to deliver.
He'll get it complete to Brian Robinson Jr.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
On second down, Robinson. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Yeah, you want to get above 5 yards to carry? Well, put together runs like that. And I'll tell you what else a run like that does, Kate. That sets up the play action, right? When you really just gouge and gash a defense like that, the next time you run that action, they're going to be thinking running the ball could go right over their head.
First down play, nets them 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Now movement as somebody goes early. And for the first time today, we're going to hear from our officials.
Ball start. Offense.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. 2nd and 10 now. We've got a screen to the running back. Pick up of a few as he heads out of bounds.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. Penalty not helping their cause for this 3rd down. From the gun, it's Daniels. And down he goes. The Eagles got him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. The Commanders ready for the punt. And this will bring a drive that had some promise to a disappointing end. They needed 3 punts out of him in last week's loss as he sends this away. And he's brought down before the return gets far. So here are the Eagles now for their first drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
And you wonder, as he's about to take his first snap today, yeah, he took care of the football last week, Kate. That was great, no interceptions. But just the 1 touchdown. Be curious if he cranks up that aggressive knob today.
Right to the air, it's Hurts. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. 2nd and 3 now. They run it with Saquon Barkley. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for an Eagles first down. Short side option here. He's running left. And he takes it up and across midfield to Commanders territory. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Back to throw, Hurts. This one snagged by Dallas Goedert. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Trying to get it with the option here. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Now on 4th down, on comes Braden Mann to boot this away for the Birds. And no chance at a return as this one heads across the sideline at the 25-yard line. The Commanders and QB Jaden Daniels headed out for their next look on offense. And they've been willing to both call runs for him and let him ad-lib as he sees fit. He's top 5 for rushing yards by a quarterback this season. On first down, here's Daniels. And that pass complete to Osborne. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 28. Got a man. Robinson has it. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. That's Nolan Smith there for the stop. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Out of the gun, Daniels. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he got this close to midfield before going out. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Robinson on the inside give. And he hit a seam and got it to the opposing 44. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. Now Daniels off the play action. Completes one to Ben Sinnott. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down. Daniels back to throw. That's taken in by Samuel. And he's brought down after a short gain. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he's brought down for a loss. The rookie out of Alabama, they're on the tackle. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. They'll motion him out of the backfield left. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
No one picks him up, and he reminded everyone in the building why that's a major mistake. The linebacker's athleticism on full display. A sack in under 2 seconds? That's a select group of players on the planet who could pull that off. You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Has this at the 6. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. First and 10 now from the 30. They'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. All down by Dorrance Armstrong. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. That one's caught along the left sideline. Gets it to the 15. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles pull ahead 6-3 in the 1st. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. And I know that's one of his favorite routes to run, Brock, but that has got to be one of a quarterback's favorite throws to make as well, right? Drop it in over the defender and take the lid off the D for 6.
Because it is so simple. It's something that these two have done and thrown together for years and years. Maybe not to each other, but since Pop Warner. They've been running the go route. Just run right by him, and if you're even, you're leaving, and I'm going to drop it right over the top.
That one right down the middle. And the Eagles take a 4-point lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. He's going to field this at the 2. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Commanders, ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. He lays out over the middle to bring that one in. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Play fake here, Daniels. Completed to his running back. Down the left sideline he goes. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to the link right after this. Commanders ball as we get back for the second, and they're thinking points. 1st and goal, they'll try an option to the left. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Now they send their back in motion right. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. And it sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
And he'll pick up a little down to the 12-yard line. He got maybe a yard there, so a long 3rd and goal coming up. Shotgun snap to Daniels. And down he goes. The Eagles got him. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
I know quarterbacks get paid a lot of money and a lot of glamour in this league, but today, well, this is a tough day for this QB. He's taking a beating. And whether it means changing up some of the blocking schemes, maybe mixing in a little bit of run, or heck, this quarterback getting the ball out of his hand more quickly, he's got to start protecting himself. Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Starting from the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And with the end of the season in sight, he's looking for a strong finish to capture that NFL rushing crown. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Completed over the middle. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. 2nd and 3 now. Caught him across the line early there. That's an easy call for our officials.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So keep that 2nd and short play in your back pocket. The penalty goes ahead and gives them the first.
Automatic 1st down.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. First and 10, here's Hurts. That's caught, it's Saquon Barkley. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
He completes it in traffic. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. It's Dotson on the catch.
You know, Kate, it's almost as if the defense invited him to make that throw. That was a play they knew they could defend, and they stopped it right at the line.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's got Brown on the slant. And they bring him down around the 34. That's good for 7 yards. And that's a Philadelphia first down. Hurts throwing again. That pass complete to Goddard. And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
Well, things weren't about to end after the first hit or the second. This tight end had a vision for what he wanted to happen after the catch, and he was going to take on all comers to try to make it a reality.
Hurts now from the gun. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles grow the lead to 7. All right, so this solid first half continues from Brock. They're into the end zone to extend their advantage.
And I think if you're a head coach, you've got to be very happy with the effort so far. You always preach about coming out strong, and they've been the ones dictating the tempo. As a result, they add to their lead.
Elliott on now to attempt a point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles grow their lead to 8. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. The Washington offense getting set for its next possession. And they settled for a field goal on their last series, so points are a positive, but they'll look to upgrade to a touchdown here. Daniels on first down. Got Sinnott, it's complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. He'll try left side out of the option. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Eagles territory. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Cooper DeJean with the stop. 3rd and just 2 to go. They give it to him again. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. That one ends up a gain of 6. And the Commanders will have a first.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. From the gun, it's Daniels. Dump off caught by his back. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
And for the first time, one of his throws doesn't find a home. It's incomplete, but boy, what a streak he had to begin this game. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Daniels now. Dumped off to his running back. And that will not be enough for a first down. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. For the 3rd time today, we see them setting up for a field goal. This is a 42-yard look from the left hash. Schrader's kick is up and good. And that gets them back within 5. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Return coming from the 6. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Eagles and A.J. Brown getting set for another look on offense here. And they have made it no secret that they want to go his way in this game, right? And the results so far, I'd say very promising. On first down, Hurts. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Hurts looking to throw. Along the sideline, Brown brings it in. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First down throwing for Hurts. This one finds Goddard. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hung in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
And they bring him down around the 34. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
As much as you'd like to find a completion and get the ball out of your hands, when a play breaks down, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on his ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that.
Hurts setting up to throw. Barkley's got it. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Marshawn Lattimore up from the secondary for the stop. Philadelphia going to spend its 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Goddard makes the catch. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Jake Elliott out to put up 3 for the Eagles. This is a 35-yard look from the right hash. The kick by Hopkins is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game.
Well, nothing to critique there. Good snap, good hold, and he puts it through to pay off the drive with 3 points.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. Takes it just shy of that end zone. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. We're at halftime here in Philadelphia, and the Eagles have soared to a lead at the break. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
The Eagles were led in the first half by their dynamic quarterback, Jalen Hurts. His 2 touchdown passes helped pave the way for his guys to take this lead into the intermission. With that, the 2 squads are headed out of the tunnel. So let's get you back out to K. Scott and Brock Hewer.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. He fields it from the 8. Returns looking good so far. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. The Eagles back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And you can see he's done his part on offense this season, sitting 2nd right now in the league in rushing touchdowns. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice, once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
Now Hurts. That pass caught by Johnson. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. From the pistol, Hurts. He's got Devontae Smith. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They got 24 yards on the play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
This throw is caught. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles grow the lead coming out of halftime. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here. But his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his 2nd touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game?
Yep.
Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Washington ready to go on offense as they take the field. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. This one finds Osborne.
Kate, if you and I took a whirlwind tour and watched young quarterbacks, the hardest route to complete is this one. A lot of them could throw go routes and slants and drags and in cuts, but throwing that out route takes some time, takes some precision, and a whole bunch of trust between QB and receiver.
A 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll be good for a Washington 1st. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Well, it looks like the defense jumps just before the snap there.
Defense.
Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage.
Still 2nd down.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Play fake here. Daniels. Into the hands of Samuel. Complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. 1st and 10, a run to Robinson. And he could only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, Daniels. Osborne hauls it in. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Sidney Brown in on that stop. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Option play, here's a give to Eckler. And they'll stop him after a short pickup to the 24. Only 1 yard for them, and now we'll see what they decide to do on 4th and short. A familiar sight in this contest, Brock. He's out there again for another field goal try. Ball on the left hash for this 41-yarder. Schrader's kick is up and good. And doing what they can against the lead as it's back down to 12.
That's now 4 field goals for him, and he's doing his part to try and give him a chance to win this game. But one kicker, he's not going to overcome everything with this team. He needs his guys to start sending them out there for extra points, and his defense to start getting some stops.
And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The home teams and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Frankie Louvu there for the tackle. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Here's another carry for Barkley. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Encroachment defense.
So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Still 2nd down.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Running it after the penalty. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
He easily had the yardage for a 1st, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a 1st down pickup.
1st and 10. Here's Hurts. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete. Was Devontae Smith the intended receiver? And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He puts some power on a deep one left. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Now they'll throw out of the gun. He finds his running back. Nice work, complete. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed, enough to keep this drive moving.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Before the snap, some early movement. Let's see which side gets tagged with the penalty.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still 1st down.
So they'll only need 5 now after that neutral zone infraction penalty. A play fake now hurts to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's keeping it. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Play made by Deron Payne. 2nd and 3 now. Short pass brought in. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Barkley can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Now try again with Barkley. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. So they'll have some time to prepare for 3rd and goal. We're at the end of our 3rd quarter. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Hurts now from the gun. Buying some time left. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Eagles have likely locked up the win right there. Jalen Hurts with the touchdown. His 4th total score of the game. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Commanders all set to regain possession. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. On 1st down, here's Daniels. Flushed out of the pocket. He's on the move. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 31-yard play, and the Commanders will have a 1st. Now Daniels to throw. Dumps it off to his running back. And they make the stop. We're going to say at about the 37-yard line.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. This is hauled in by McLaurin. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st. From the gun, it's Robinson. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here we go, 2nd and very long. He'll get this to Samuel. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
complete. Here's Brown. And that's a Washington touchdown. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
That one splits the uprights. And the Commanders shave some of the lead. It's down now to 12. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Has this at the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. On the play fake, it's Hurts. He's gonna try to drop it in deep right. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended target. And now they face second down. Hurts looking to throw. As the open man downfield. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. How about a big hitter, 30, 40 yards there and a new set of downs.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helped set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play. Throwing here, Hurts. This one finds Goddard. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Hurts throwing again. Has him on the quick hitter. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. It's a pickup of 11. And that's a Philadelphia first down. Off the play fake, he's gonna throw. He goes back to him yet again, complete. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Shotgun snap for Hurts. And he scores! It's a Philadelphia touchdown! The Eagles make it a 3-score game in the 4th. Dallas Goedert the touchdown. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
That one right down the middle. And the Eagles go up by 19. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Return starts at the 9. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Out comes the Commander offense for another series. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. From the gun, it's Daniels. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And he takes this one back. Thrown at the depth where linebackers come into play in coverage, partner, and sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
You say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk and could do some serious damage.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles continue piling onto this lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He's got a lane up past the 30. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. And it's still largely a rough outline, Brock. Not a finalized picture just yet, but our playoffs are starting to take shape. Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. Daniels coming back after that pick. Complete, it's McLaurin. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. They're now set for 1st and 10. So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag.
Ball start off back.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. Back to throw. Here's Daniels. Dumped off to his running back. Jukes out a one-stop, and he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Commanders will have a first.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Out of the gun, Daniels. Into the hands of Samuel, complete. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. All right, set now, 1st and 10. Again, Daniels to the air. That's taken in by Samuel. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. 2nd and 3 now. He's tackled with the first down yardage.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. That's McLaurin on the quick slant. And it's a gain of 5 as we've reached our 2-minute warning. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Daniels now. Cut near the goal line. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Throwing now, Daniels. And they will score. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders making the scoreboard look a touch better. Now, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But, hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate. And I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
Gonzalez now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders get it back to a 19-point deficit. With time ticking away, they prepare for a must-get onside kick. And the onside kick doesn't pan out. The Eagles make the recovery. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. Well, Brock, their passing game has been the highlight for them offensively so far. 3 touchdowns and a whole lot of good plays beyond that.
And Ken, I think what we've seen is an offense who's reading the same book as the defense, just a few chapters ahead. Each time the defense tries to make an adjustment, well, the offense has a counter ready to go. Lesser passing games would have had some serious trouble trying to keep up with this pace.
They put a receiver in motion here left. First down, a run with Barkley. And they stop him after a good run that takes him down inside the 40. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. They go to Barkley again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
So it's an Eagles win here in this one. And they draw first blood against a division rival. And we're on the road later this year with a chance at completing that season sweep. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Eagles are winners as we say so long from Philadelphia.